Hey, what's going on, everybody? I thought I would just make this quick video just to share with you some of the new updates and features that Propstream recently rolled out a month ago. I know a lot of us out there are big Propstream fans. We are too over here for ourselves and our clients. Just been a great tool and a game changer, not only providing great up-to-date data, but allowing us to be able to filter and get very granular with our data to be able to create very detailed specific list and be able to easily list stack at the same time, while also running better comps, better analysis, all from within this tool. Plus, there's a couple features that I'm not sure you're aware about. Most users haven't even figured out yet that we'll share to you. Just a couple secrets to help you better search with zip codes by bulk and by the different counties as well. So it's not just by city or state. We'll just dive on in. If you go to the filter section, this is where most of the new features are at. They have now over 50 new different filtering criteria. Of course, at the top, you still got owner occupied. They now added occupancy status, which is either occupied and the vacant button up here or any. If you go into property characteristics, this is where they added a lot of stuff. You can take a look here. We can now search by residential, commercial, office, industrial, agricultural, recreational, and just a few others, vacant land exempt and transportation. What's great now is they now have a lot of data if you like to really target and go after multifamily or commercial land and offices. Of course, by property types over here, we still got single family, condo, townhouse, and they now added 2 filterings for multifamily. So you can go by 2 to 4 units or over 5 units. And of course, this is where we can get granular with all the commercial data that they have. For example, you can go agricultural, farmland, office space, vineyards, natural resources, like appliance stores, bakeries, bars, car wash, just a huge amount of different data to help you find commercial properties of all types of use and size and space of land. That's pretty, it's really awesome how we just keep adding more and more data to this amazing tool. Then, of course, if you go to MLS status, this is pretty much all the same right there. Pre-foreclosures and foreclosure, this is where they changed it a little bit. Now, as you go for status, they break it down by notice of default, auctions, default releases, and they always have bank owned. And then, of course, you can exclude foreclosures right there. Now, over in the ownership info tab, they added a couple new ones. If you go to owner type, not only is it individual corporate, but you can do where it's a mixed, and you can also search by trust. And then over here, this is where you can search with absentee owners. They added to where you can now search by out-of-state absentee owners, out-of-county absentee owners, and then if they're just local as well. Going to the next tab, they made some new updates for the liens. If you go to the target status, they now broke it down by has active lien, has active bankruptcy, has a divorce, lien released, or bankruptcy dismissed. And then, of course, over to the lien type, they added 2 new ones, or 3, or actually just 2. They added a solar lien and then child support lien. And then I believe when it comes to everything else, that is pretty much stays the same. Oh, there's a couple more things with the mortgage info. You can search by amount of open mortgages. And then, yeah, I think that is the last one when it comes to all the filtering. And then just a few other things that they have. This is one thing that a lot of people were asking about, trying to figure out. And most people think you just go by city or kind of by state. You can actually go search by county and then zip code. So kind of show you an example. So let's say, for example, I'm in San Diego. Well, there's San Diego City and San Diego County, of course. So if I start typing in San Diego, it will automatically pull up San Diego, California. But that's just giving me the city. It's not giving me the whole county of San Diego. So what I would have to do is I have to type the whole thing out. It won't auto-populate it until you almost finish typing out. So I have to go click here. So San Diego, and see, it wants to auto-populate the city. But I have to go ahead and type in county and then comma California. And then now I'm able to search the whole county, get exactly the detailed KPIs and stats for what I'm searching for. Another thing too is you can type in by zip code, which most of us already know. But what we can also do is actually search by a group of zip codes. So instead of having to search the whole county, you're able to actually search by a cluster of zip codes. So for example, I already had these copy and paste, just a handful of zip codes that are within San Diego County. If I go ahead and enter, and it'll search all those zip codes and give me the correct data and numbers, as we can see here to the top. So that way I'm only looking in those zip codes. What's really neat is obviously, one recommendation we would make is kind of having just default searches by zip code within your saved searches. That way you can easily look at a specific zip code. Obviously it's a volume game, so I know a lot of investors out there, instead of kind of searching by the whole county or whole state, they kind of just start with one zip code and go to the next and go to the next and slowly build up their database that way. Pretty much everything else within Propstream has stayed the same. If you go to properties section, instead of calling this groups, because it was kind of confusing, there's groups both in the property section and the contact section. Now in the property section, they actually just saved it to your favorites. So have your marketing list over here to the left. And then when you go to the contacts tab, you have your groups, and then you'll have your save, skip, tracing work over here on the left. Now, another feature is, probably can't get because of the recorder. All right, there we go. My recording button was in the way. So they did change their pricing up for their skip tracing. And in the very beginning of Propstream, they used to be able to, you can just buy phones or emails, and they actually took it away. And it was just a flat 30 cents for everything. You can now go back and just buy phone numbers or just buy emails if you want. But really, if you look at the price, it's only a few more cents just to get both and get a lot more of them. So it's like you might as well just go ahead and get both, especially if you're going to be running like digital ads and you're going to be wanting to retarget these people. It's best to go ahead and get the emails purchased as well and just have it all. But as you can see, it does start out high, of course, and then the more you buy, the cheaper they do get. So that is one of the other new features with Propstream. And I believe that is it. Those are pretty much all the new updates, features that they just rolled out in the last month. And hopefully this was very helpful, show you some good insight. And what's great is this just opens up a lot more opportunity for a lot of people out there using this amazing tool.